Well, we're back up here on the mountain. It's November the 15th. Um, it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I got here at 12, and I went and put out, refilled the corn in the 3 spots. I'm monitoring a lot of deer activity on all of them. For the first time, I went in and pulled the card on the ground blind up here that you guys saw me put up. A lot of deer in a very tight area and a lot of bucks. And there's a buck that I call high and tight. He's a high, tight, heavy 8 frame that goes up. Big bodied deer. Had him last year on camera. I thought he was 3.5 last year, so I think he's 4.5 this year. Be tickled to death to get him, but 11:13 and 11:14. He was up here in daylight at about 5:30. It's very tight quarters. I mean, I've got about a 50-yard window to shoot. That's it. I can see and hear deer coming from both sides and catch and see them, but there's absolutely no shot possibility but directly in front of me once I hit that logging road. So I'm not going to do any interview or any talking once I get up into the blind. I'm going to get ready here. I'm going to sneak in. We got to go right up there on that peak right there. But it's such a thick piece of property. I think a lot of bucks don't reside here during hunting season. When it's not hunting season, I think their pressure pushes them over here on us, and it's thick. And because I mean, right now between there's 3 guys that hunt this, but I mean, really, it's only 2 of us. The other guy doesn't hunt that much at all. And I mean, I'm running 6 trail cameras, the other guy's running 4, and I mean, between us, I mean, we've got 14 distinguishable different shooter bucks on this property this year. And I mean, some of them we have a history with, some of them we don't. High and Tight is a deer I've watched for. I would have shot him last year, but he was 3.5. But I definitely had him as a 2.5-year-old too. So I mean, I've got a little history with him. I saw him a lot when he was a 2.5. I seen him twice last year as a 3.5. Just no shot opportunity. He was chasing a doe and I couldn't get him to stop. So maybe tonight's the night to rendezvous with him. But we'll see what happens. And like I said, it's not going to be a lot of talking. It's just going to be video. So wish me luck. November the 16th. We're hunting at the house today, going after the big 8 point. So I'm going to slip into the stand and see if we can get him to come through. I'm hoping that they're feeding in the 5 acres of corn, standing corn I've got planted. And I hope they're going to come back across before they go back here across the ridge to bed. So I'm going to set up in this ladder stand over here. It's got a field that I've let grow up, and then I've got a strip down the center of it that's planted in food plot. But I'm hoping that the majority of them are over here in the standing corn, and then as it starts cracking daylight, they're going to work their way back towards bedding. So see what we can do this morning. It's 29 degrees down here in the valley. By the time I get up on the mountain, it should probably be 24, 25. Hopefully today's the day. I'm not gonna lie, I mean, at this point in the season, I'm getting not frustrated. Frustrated is not the right word, but I'm ready to see a buck and not on trail cam, even if it's not a shooter. But it's certainly an endurance test. So I mean, you know, you just gotta stay positive, keep putting in your time, and eventually it's going to pay off. And I hope this morning it does. So we'll cross our fingers. We definitely can't shoot them if we're laying in bed. So we're going to get after it this morning. Going back to the Redneck up on the mountain. I just feel like that's my best spot. Depending on how this morning goes, I may hang out here the rest of the day and hunt up here this evening, because I won't have time to get back home and then get back up here for the evening. So I may just stay through midday and hunt the evening too. But we'll see you in the stand. It's getting late in the day. I haven't seen much today, but that's a mature doe right there. Very mature. Gonna make some great table fare. But she's big doe. But let's go check her out. Just a beautiful doe. Old doe, big doe for here. Proud to have her. She's gonna make an excellent table fare. You know, deer hunting, I know most hunters that I know, I mean, they put so much time and effort into these animals, planting food plots, I mean, keeping feeders going, the time away from family, spending it out here chasing these animals. You know, and I think a lot of the non-hunting community, they don't understand the commitment that goes into harvesting these animals. It's not about the kill. I mean, if we didn't love these animals like we do, hunters in general, just a tremendous amount of time and effort goes into these animals, and it's because we love what God created, and we enjoy chasing them. So she'll be put to good use when we get her out of here. We got to drag her up this side of the mountain here, up this plot, and then we can drag her down, and hopefully I can get the truck to her, because I didn't bring it side by side. But anyway, glad you guys could be with us on this. Now the work begins. But just can't tell you how happy I am to taking this old doe, and such a beautiful animal. So